Hello and welcome everyone to Copy and Paste, the clean and family-friendly Reddit-written podcast. This is the 4th episode of r/NuclearRevenge. I can't think of an intro for this subreddit, so please help me out in the comments. Please don't forget to leave a comment or send me an audio message if you want to recommend another subreddit. And don't forget the usernames for all posts will be in the description, as always. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's get started. We only have one post for today, and it's an NSFW account. Hey everyone, I decided to share my story. It all took place 17 years ago, but I feel like it belongs here. At that time, I was 20 years old and dated my first true love. We'd been together for 1.5 years already, and everything was just great. Her mother really liked me, and she had her own company which traded fashion clothes for kids. She made tons of money. They needed someone to drive one of their 3.5-ton trucks, and she came up with an idea to hire me, because I was unhappy with the job I had. So as a win-win situation, I accepted her offer, and we started working together. Job was okay, even though I had to work a huge amount of overtimes, because she thoroughly introduced me how the whole company worked. She had a huge storage facility, a store, and 2 trucks. One that I drove and a big one. I trusted her for 1 year, and in that time I knew every single thing about the company, because she trusted me with also the dirty secrets. This came in handy. This is where things took a huge turn. Found out that my girlfriend cheated on me with her ex, and as a result I broke up with her instantly. It was an ugly situation, and after it went down, I called her mother, told her what was going on, and that I don't want to mix things with business, so I will still be there for work, even though I don't want to see her daughter again. She said everything is alright, but of course she sided with her daughter, and felt that she is mad at me because of the breakup. I went to work and acted as a professional should, took all the drama aside. However, soon after, she singled me out, and started looking for mistakes so she can discipline me. This has been going on for months, and realized she's just waiting for an excuse to fire me, but I wasn't going to give her that excuse. Easy. She was pissed that she couldn't find big mistakes, and the small ones she often just made up was not enough to terminate me, so she came up with a plan. On the truck, we had a power generator, which provided a light and power for a laptop, printer, and so on. It worked in 2 ways, with fuel when we were at the road, and with cable in case we were at the storage. But it was not made by a company. They just hired an electrician for that, and he made an error. So we had to flip a switch all the time if we used it with a cable connection, otherwise it would burn down. As I lowered the truck, she convinced a coworker to flip the switch back, and after a few minutes the lights were gone, and I noticed something's wrong. It burned out, of course, but I knew I didn't forget to switch, because I lowered the truck for an hour, and it only took 5 minutes tops to burn out. So it just couldn't be me. She didn't even hear me out and just started yelling and fired me on the spot, and said that she's going to pay the repairs out of my last salary, so don't expect any money from her. I didn't take that lightly, and told her that I don't think you want to go this way with me, but she refused to listen. It took a few days for me to cool down, but I wanted to give her a last chance. I called her, and told her even though I know what was going on, and she did set me up, but if I get my money, I will call it to an end, and we don't have to see each other again. She told me to screw off, so I came up with a plan. First, because I knew that the store she had didn't have a bathroom, which was illegal in my country. The shop assistants had an agreement with the restaurant on the opposite side to go there if they needed. I reported this to the authorities, and the next day they closed the shop because of this violation, and told her she can't open it up until they have a bathroom. She called me right away and asked me if I had anything to do with this. I laughed and told her, "Didn't I tell you that you don't want to go this way with me?" and hung up. I knew that we worked so much overtime that me and the other truck driver had so much overdraft on the Tetra cards. It records how many hours you drive and how fast, and when you stopped. So I called the authorities again, told them everything. They went and checked all the records and gave the company a brutal fine. She sent me obscene text messages all day long after that. I replied, "Ain't done yet." Then silence. A few hours went by and my phone rang. She called and asked me if we can talk it over. She even said she'd send me my last paycheck. But I shut her down immediately and told her, too late for that. And I called the fire department and told them that the wires they had in the walls of the store were outdated, which caused short circuits daily, and that they only have 2 fire extinguishers for the whole place, when they should have about 12 to 15. On that very day, they had to close the storage as well, so she lost the last place where she could make money for months, until they get everything up to date and renew all the wires, which cost a huge amount of money. Because of the fines she got from the different authorities, she couldn't afford these renovations, of course. A few months later, she filed for bankruptcy. I know because my ex-girlfriend called me, with "I hope you're happy, butthole. You made my whole family bankrupt." I never got my paycheck, but at that point I didn't even care anymore. I was happy with the outcome. I hope you enjoyed my story. And unfortunately, NuclearRevenge will be cancelled, because no new posts are being posted there. The subreddit has died. But don't you worry, I'm adding r/crazy ideas. Trust me, you will definitely enjoy that. If you enjoyed this podcast, I'd greatly appreciate you to like and subscribe. To listen to this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or one of my mobile platforms, or to visit any of my socials, click the Linktree link in the description. And please feel free to send me an audio message or leave a comment. It's been a pleasure. Goodbye!